So we are continuing with the process of decimation. We have taken few waveforms to understand this process a little better. I have taken the original signal x of n. No doubt this signal x of n is right now sampled at sampling frequency fx. You can see that I've considered first 13 samples. No doubt there'll be so many more samples also in x of n. The first sample starts at n equal to 0. The value of the first sample is S1, the value of the second sample is S2, and likewise we have S3, S4, S5, so on up to S14, because we are starting from n equal to 0. When we go to n equal to 13, we get the 14th sample, so it becomes S14. Now, let us consider that we want to scale down, or we want to carry out the down sampling, or we want to carry out the process of decimation on this signal. And let us assume that the value of d that we want in this process is equal to 3. So we are discussing this whole thing with the value of d equal to 3. I'll have to read every third sample. So first I will read S1, that means the sample at n equal to 0. After that I'll have to read the third sample. So in that case, the third sample will be the sample at n equal to 3. So that will be nothing but S4. After that I'll read the next third sample, which will be sample at n equal to 6. That will be S7. Then I'll read third sample again. So that will be sample at n equal to 9. That will be S10. And finally I'll read the sample at n equal to 12. That will be S13. And I'll keep doing this. So I'll keep on reading every third sample. So first sample comes from n equal to 0. Next sample comes from n equal to 3. Then from n equal to 6, n equal to 9, n equal to 12. So you can see every value of n that we are considering is multiple of 3. That is simply because d is equal to 3 and we want to read every third sample starting from n equal to 0. If d was equal to 2, then we would have read samples at n equal to 0, n equal to 2, n equal to 4, n equal to 6, n equal to 8, and so on. If d is equal to 4, then we will read samples at n equal to 0, n equal to 4, n equal to 8, n equal to 12, and so on. So now the question is, how do we generate y of n from x of n? How do I generate a signal in which there are, after S1, the next sample is S4, the next sample is S7, the next sample is S10, and so on. So how to generate this signal? To generate that signal, which we have called y of n in our previous block diagram, to generate y of n, basically we'll have to take a signal called p of n. Now what is the speciality of p of n? P of n is a signal in which there are some non-zero samples. All these non-zero samples are of value 1. So all these samples are value 1, and all the intermediate samples are of value 0. So you can see there are 2 zeros and then 1 unit sample, 2 zeros and 1 unit sample, and so on. In simple words, signal p of n is a periodic signal with period equal to 3. Period is equal to 3 again because d is equal to 3. First sample in every period will be unity and the remaining samples will be 0. So because the period is 3, first sample is 1, the second and third samples are 0. Then next sample in the next period is again unit sample and then 2 zeros and so on. Why we have taken this type of p of n? Simply because you can see we have unit samples which are coinciding with the values of n which we want to read, 0, 3, 6, 9, 0, 3, 6, 9, etc. And the remaining values in p of n are 0.